Hello and cheers. This is normally my Sunday chat, but it's the wife's birthday tomorrow, and rather than encroach upon her precious day and the lovely time we are meant to have, I thought I'd do this on Saturday for a change. So, cheers, y'all. So, this is the American wheat that I made. Look at that colour. Fucking gorgeous, isn't it? It's pretty simple. Let me get the Bible out. Right. American wheat normally is straight to it. So that's what theirs looks. That's what theirs looks like. Not so different really. Mine's a little hazier, I think, a little brighter in colour. So 3 kilos of wheat malt. Yes, I did that. 2.5 kilos of lager malt. No, I didn't. I only had 1.5 kilos of lager malt anyway, so I used that. I think mine was Pilsner malt. So I used 1.5 litres of Pilsner malt, and so I then added a kilo, sorry, 1.5 litres, a kilo and a half. So I added 1.5 kilos of Pilsner malt, and then added a kilo of Marisota. 300 grams of Carapils. I didn't have any Carapils. I used Munich, and I put 200 grams in. So that is where this colour comes from. I think the Marisota, the wheat, and the Munich, and it's come out fantastic, hasn't it? That colour's great. Hop Citra at starter boil for 25 IBUs, and then Citra Flame Out, which they're declaring is 0 IBUs. Well, we all know that's not the case these days. Can't remember exactly, but I ended up with the whole IBUs for mine because I did a Flame Out at 78 degrees for 20 minutes. Edition, sort of Whirlpool edition, and I think the total IBUs for mine, based on the calculations, was about 27 IBUs. So there's no bitterness really here at all. And I went with the Crystal Weizen yeast, and fermented it at 25 degrees. 7 days it took. I 7 days. Brewed it on a Friday, kegged it on a Friday, cold crashed it one day, and yeah, that's the result. It's pretty good. I wasn't sure about the taste at first yesterday, but I am now quite impressed with it. It's pretty reasonable. It's got the aroma, cloves, not so much the banana, but certainly some cloves in there, and a little hint of banana. Taste is almost like a whole garden kind of, but with a punch of citrus behind it. So basically like your whole garden with the lemon in that you get. So it's pretty much that with a little bit more citrusy than that though. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with it. It's quite tasty. The spring beer didn't come out quite as well. It looked fantastic. I took a picture, poured it, took a picture, posted it, said, yeah, look at this, looks great. And I was quite impressed with it myself. Thought, yeah, tasted it. Ooh, diacetyl factory. I'm quite sensitive to diacetyl, and that was just like pouring hot buttered popcorn down my throat. So I took it back out the keezer, and that is now under the stairs in the warmth. Hopefully, what's left of the yeast in there, if there is some, hopefully there will be a touch, and that will eat up the diacetyl. I'll leave it there for a week now, and concentrate drinking on this. So that'll be, if it comes out okay. It was looking to be, if you take away the diacetyl from it was a good beer. It was a nice beer. Pardon me. It's getting carbonated. I did this. I did it at 30 psi and shook it for a minute and a half. I normally do about 3 minutes at 30 psi shaking, and I just did a minute and a half with that, with the wheat malt being in there, and I know with wheat malt you tend to get a lot more head. This hasn't yet, so I did a minute and a half, and it's been sat at, what's it on now? It's about 18. It's sat at about 18 psi, and has been for a day. I need a few more days to really build up. It sat at 5 degrees. It was about 3.5 yesterday. Obviously, it had been cold crashed down to 2 degrees for a day, so it was pretty chilled when I added CO2 at 30. Anything else to say about this? Not really, no. I would say, yeah. So it's nice to have a beard back on. That's the main thing. It's nice to have a beard back on. Midweek, I did a taster of the Old Ale by Rick Shaw, and I have to say, that was lovely. That was absolutely lovely. And I believe Big Banana, that's my segue from the Banana in there to Big Banana. He's also had a bottle of the Old Ale by Rick, and is in the process of editing his video now. Maybe doing it as I speak. So I'll look forward to that, because apparently he has he'd seen mine as well, and refers to my video too, so I'll be interested to see how he compares. He says it's very similar comparison, so I'm quite intrigued to see that. Yeah. Anything else this week? The weather. Wow. Is it summer? What happened? It's absolutely lovely out there. Barbecue's lit. In the middle of doing some pork belly burnt ends, and then with a tomato pie. So for this evening, so that's the main reason I've come in. Temperatures are set. I've got to monitor the barbecue for several hours now, till those pot belly burnt ends are done. So while I'm doing that, I'll sit and have a little tipple in the sun. Yeah, it's been absolutely cracking, hasn't it? I've walked and walked and walked this past few days. I think I did 12 kilometres and a bit today with the wife. We went down. There's a road that runs along a river, and it's a few miles, and it links two villages, Slights and Russup. And I grew up in Slights, and I used to go along that road. It's called Brigsworth. The Cars, it's called that road actually. But it's quite windy. There's no footpath, and it's quite dangerous because cars fly around there. But the road's closed at the minute because part of it was washed away. I think the winter before last, but it's taken till now to actually do something about it. So they've been putting pilings in and digging up the road and stuff. So that road's been closed, and it's great. I get to walk down there, actually middle of the road, all comfortable and happy. So we did that today. I think I did a shorter walk of about 10 kilometres yesterday. I've been doing about 10 kilometres a day on average, sort of worked out. Some a little less, some a little more. But it's been fantastic being able to get out and about like that. I love that. That's pretty much it. As I say, it's the wife's birthday tomorrow, so got lots of little prezzies for her and chocolates, and so you can't really go anywhere. So we were going to play things like Cluedo and stuff, some favourite games, and maybe have a potter about. At the minute, I have no young child. He's at the in-laws. They're part of our educational sort of support group. When I'm at work, the wife's at work, and they pick him up and that. So it's part of our bubble. So he stayed over there last night. His father-in-law just popped around to drop some things off. Next thing, Thomas is like, yeah, I want to come. So he was already going to be with them today, but yes, he went home with the father-in-law and slept over at their house, the in-laws' house, last night, and today they're out on the beach and stuff for a walk. I think that's pretty much it, really. So beers as it is. Football, well, fucking we lost, got beaten by Everton. That was a shocker. I think it's Crystal Palace, is it today or tomorrow? Oh, and Palace are they're a real bogey team for us. Palace, I hate it when we play them. I think they beat us 5 something or other. Before the Everton loss, the last before we lost at Anfield recently, the last team to beat us at Anfield was Palace, I believe, under the big Sam Allardyce. So I don't really look forward to that game. Anyway, yeah, I think we've only done 10 minutes today. I don't really think I have much more to talk about. As I said, this is really nice. It's taste wise, yeah, I'm certainly getting it's kind of the banana, slight banana, cloves, and then a citra finish. But it comes and goes, that citra. It depends on which mouthful I have, I think, really. Yes, next brew. Well, I think as the weather is as it is, I think I was going to do something. I've got 4 kilos. I think I've got about 4 kilos of Marisotto left. I know it's not brilliant for doing like Nipas and stuff with. The old Golden Promise is far better, and the colours. I don't know about the colour though. I mean, that colour's freaking fantastic. Did anyone see Timmy Jenkins' pictures? Fucking hell! What a beer is looks like. Just pure juice, and more juice. Yeah. So I don't think I'll be able to get like that. A white wheat malt, I believe, seems to be in there as part of it. So the old wheat thing is quite big. This beer, 6.7%. It really is well hidden. I'll give it that for that. This American wheat, well hidden in there. Yeah, the spring beer. Well, I'll come back to that when it's sat for a bit. I did speak with my mate Mike via Messenger recently, and he's kegging now. Boys got into some kegging. He's bought himself an all-in-one brew devil, I think, not long ago. Now he's on to kegging. He'll be bankrupt like the rest of us in no time. So there, just have a little top up. And I suppose I better go check to make sure that the pork belly is not burning too much. So if you got this far, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.